A link down below as always if you want to read this on your own. This is title update number 2. FIFA Ultimate Team made the following changes. Penalty shootout kick order will now be decided by the penalties attribute. When players share the same penalty attributes, the shot power and finishing attributes will be used to determine the order. After completing FUT Champions Finals competition and qualifying for another, while the existing competition is still active, the FUT Champions Rivals UI will now inform players that they cannot requalify for the existing competition. And when qualifying for FUT Champions Finals, a new post-match screen will display to notify players of the qualification. Address the following issues. The win streak UI indicator did not appear after winning 2 division rival matches in a row. This was a visual issue only. On rare occasions, a division rivals match could incorrectly start with an inactivity pop-up message appearing and staying on the screen. Some kits could clash with the referee's kit during matches. That's kind of funny. The FUT Champions Finals progress window, did not display a checkmark beside the rank 1 indicator after reaching it. This again was a visual issue only. When reaching a new stage in Division Rivals, the post-match screens did not highlight the new stage. This was a visual issue only. In squad battles, the opponent's select screen displayed a blank space beside the selected opponent's rating and chemistry. When achieving a new rank in squad battles, the post-match screen did not display the updated visual indicator for the rank, visual issue only. When claiming FUT Champions Finals reward, a pop-up message saying the event has ended would appear over the rewards animation. Stadia only. Matches against the CPU AI did not count towards Stadia's games played counter. Background tifos did not always display correctly. Some placeholder visuals were present on the FUT-friendly screen. Gameplay made the following changes. Reduced the effectiveness of AI control players blocking lobbed passes and crosses. Specifically, AI control players were previously able to stretch too far when attempting to block lob passes and crosses. They were overpowered. CPU AI teams are now more likely to commit fouls during matches played on semi-pro difficulty and above. This change does not apply to matches played with competitor mode set to on. Address the following issue, PC only. Address some instances of visual stuttering occurring when performing skill moves during matches. When requesting a finesse shot, the ball carrier could sometimes go out of their way to take it with their dominant foot. The outside foot shot trait did not function correctly. When 2 players make contact with the ball at the same time, the ball could sometimes fly unintentionally high into the air. I've seen that and it's funny. When attempting to shield the ball when taking a touch, the ball carrier could sometimes move erratically. It was possessed. In a rare situation, a player could disappear from the pitch during a match. Teleportation, time travel. On rare occasions, the referee could incorrectly call for a free kick inside of the penalty box instead of a penalty kick. The automatic player switching setting did not always function correctly. In pro clubs and player career matches, the set piece specialist perk did not function during free kicks and penalty kicks. Goalkeepers could have unintentionally performed a goal kick across the entire pitch. When making a tackle inside of the penalty box, the ball could sometimes unintentionally travel towards the defender's goal. When calling a player short on a corner, the call player could sometimes perform unnecessary player humanization gestures. When attempting to turn while sprinting, the ball carrier could sometimes miss a touch on the ball. Career mode. Made the following changes. Added new scenes for UEFA Europa League and UEFA Champions League draws. Adjusted player career, player objective selection logic to account for the difficulty of some of the objectives. Moved the unavailable players pop-up message so that it can appear during the pre-match flow instead of the career mode hub. And addressed the following issues. Youth Academy players could disappear at the start of the second season. Sometimes a player's match form could incorrectly decrease after completing a match that they were subbed in for. In a rare situation, when coming on as a sub in player career, both teams could be positioned in the same half during a kickoff. A youth player's potential could incorrectly decrease if they were signed to the senior squad towards the end of the season with no remaining matches to be played. In player career, match objectives that were too similar could unintentionally appear. In player career, overalls could incorrectly display multiple values across different menus. Post-match interview audio could become corrupted when the disable all music for streaming purposes setting was enabled. Training drills names could display in incorrect places on the UI. The squad hub could remain scrollable even when a pop-up message appeared on the screen. When attempting to retire a player in the squad hub, the affected player was the one shown in the preview panel instead of the highlighted player. Some international matches did not display on the calendar. The player performance screen did not always display 2D headshots. In player career, the Creative Pro was unintentionally not being selected for some national team matches. A placeholder menu was incorrectly visible when entering game settings during a match, and when quick simming a match, yellow and red cards could appear green on the UI. Someone's colorblind. Volta Football made the following changes when searching for a match in Volta Squads. The objectives widget is now present on the right-hand side instead of an avatar's information. Lengthened the duration of the up and down arrows on the Volta Arcade result screens and moved them to the left in order to improve clarity. And when browsing the store, customizing an avatar, the avatar's entire outfit will be on display instead of the camera zooming in on a specific item of clothing, predominantly the crotch area. When completing a Volta Arcade tournament and leveling up the avatar, the post-tournament screen will now separately display the amount of Volta coins earned through the leveling and the tournament, respectively. As a result, players can now browse through that UI element, but will no longer be able to highlight individual avatars. Address the following issues. The Volta Arcade timer sometimes displayed an inaccurate amount of time. This was visual only. Sorry, I sneezed like a mad bastard. The entire lobby could unintentionally disband when the captain canceled matchmaking. During matches, controller vibration could unintentionally persist. I know what's going on there. When attempting to matchmake while matchmaking was disabled, players could see an incorrect pop-up message. A green arrow indicator could display in an incorrect location on the post-match screen. In Volta Arcade, an incorrect badge could be displayed beside the avatar's name. Menu narration did not always function correctly. Correctly. See what I did there? That wasn't... Anyways. The welcome to Volta Arcade screen could take longer than intended amount of time to display. The select signature ability screen did not display a headline and general summary. The avatar widget could overlap with other UI elements. The players list pause menu option was missing a visual indicator. Store tiles could take longer than intended to appear. AI players on both teams had white player indicators. During goal celebrations, avatars could incorrectly move through the walls. That's some poltergeist shit right there. Pro clubs made the following change, added the option to toggle the appearance of the player performance in game UI. This option can be found in the visual tab of game settings when paused during a match. Added the option to adjust the perk activation audio level. This option can be found in the audio tab of game settings when paused during a match. Address the following issues. Sometimes menus could run at a slower speed than intended. Some players could have seen kits different from the ones selected by the captain in the pre-match flow. The threat indicator could incorrectly move across the pitch. The player of the match overlay incorrectly displayed as blank. Player names were not aligned correctly on the club tactics screen. General, audio, and visual. Made the following changes. Updated some kits, celebration, broadcast packages, Stadia 2D player images, pre-match scenes, UI, text formatting, UI elements, ad boards, commentary lines, transitions, crowd chants, and anthems. Added the ability to perform dual celebration to additional players. And addressed the following issues. Made improvements to the visual fidelity in certain situations on the Series S. We will continue to monitor this going forward. PS5 and Xbox Series X and S only. During penalties, light-colored hair could unintentionally appear as dark-colored hair. Addressed instances of overlapping incorrect visual and clear and placeholder text appearing in some menus. Addressed instances of blurry UI elements. Addressed a rare stability issue which could occur during matches. When attempting to view a main menu EATV video in full screen, a transition effect displayed incorrectly. Addressed further instances of player models not being correctly sized when appearing in some parts of the UI. EATV videos could automatically play even when the EA Sports News autoplay option was set to off. Some boards, beard options did not display when customizing avatars, visual pros, and managers. Give this video a thumbs down and I'll make sure your Johnson down below does not display properly when you're bedding your partner. Don't ask what that was. Updated the composure visual indicator found in modes with skill trees. Stadia only, no one cares about the Stadia. So that's it for these patch notes. Okay, we'll say what it is. Matches against the CPU AI did not count towards Stadia's games played counter. That's because I won't even get into it. So there you have it. You liked the video? Thumbs up. Didn't like the video? Thumbs down. I break it off in your ass. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, as always, naturally, that would be greatly appreciated. But if not, whatever. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I will see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.